guys, welcome back to the channel. As you know, my name's Ingrid and I'm currently pregnant with baby number 6 after 2 years, 7 months of trying. And as you know, we had quite a few ups and downs in that. Chemical pregnancies ×3, miscarriages ×2. It was really hard. So do go back on the vlogs if you've not yet subscribed and met me before, and you will hear about all the journey, how we actually did make it through to the blessing of baby number 6. Anyway, I hope you're all doing really well, and please remember to like and subscribe at the end and let me know where you are on your journey, because I am forever interested and I love hearing all of your dilemmas too. So if you've got any questions that I may be able to help you with, do feel free to also message me in my Instagram, Ingy Mum Love. I think it's Ingrid Ingy Mum Love. Do go on to that as well. And also I put belly shots on there and little updates as and when I can. So yeah, today I am 31 plus 2 days. So I've got 8 and a bit weeks to go. And I'm feeling very tired. My iron levels, as you know, were low when I had all my blood tests done last week. So they have instructed me to take 2 extra tablets a day on top of my multivitamin, which is a 200 milligram tablet. So I take 400 milligrams on top of my Pregnacare a day, and it has boosted me. It's made me feel a little bit better, to be fair. And I've been on that just about 10 days now. And last week I also had my anti-D because I've got the rhesus factor, which basically means I knew I was rare blood anyway. I think I'm A negative or something like that. Aaron's got a positive blood group and the baby is a different blood group to me. It's got Aaron's blood group. So therefore I will need the other anti-D injection once the baby's born. They give it to you at 28 weeks purely because if you have a rupture or a bleed of any type, it protects the baby whilst it's inside you, inside the womb. Because cross confliction of bloods is not good at this stage. It can be detrimental to the whole thing, the whole process, your birth and baby. So even if I had a tiny little bleed, I'd have to phone the hospital now and within 72 hours have another boost of anti-D. That's how it basically works. I am used to that, to be honest. I've never obviously changed my blood group. My baby so far, 3 have Aaron's blood group and the last 2 have my blood group. So this one, I had no idea which way it would go. So yeah, so that's the long and short of it. I'm trying to give you a little update. There's not a huge amount to say apart from my bump is so low. It's really head down. At this stage they expect the baby to be head down from about 30 weeks anyway, but if it's your first baby it wouldn't be as low as what mine is. Mandy, my midwife, saw me yesterday. The measurements are all great. I'm measuring, I think she said you're measuring just over 30, which is great because I'm nearly 32 weeks. My weight was done 4 weeks before that and I'd gained almost 2 stone in weight. She said, and I was a bit like, oh my gosh, I know that's what you aim to put on at the end, 2 to 2.5 stone. And she was like, no, I really think that's a great weight for you at the moment. As long as you're not overeating or undereating, you look healthy, you look glowing, everything's great with your blood pressure, so carry on doing what you're doing. Just don't eat too much sugar, obviously. It's a little bit tricky because I have got a majorly sweet tooth. But yeah, very tired at the moment. Head is really low, and that is purely because Mandy said it's my 6th baby, so the baby can get literally wherever it wants to go now. It's probably weighing roughly about 3 pounds in weight at this stage, which again is all relevant and normal. But the reason your body weight is higher is because obviously you're carrying a placenta, you're carrying water and things like that, which if you're not a first time mum you understand anyway. I'm not going to do massive calorie watching. All I'm eating at the moment is when I feel hungry, I'll grab either a banana or a cereal bar. If I'm absolutely starving, I might have a piece of Marmite on toast. I quite like that at the moment. But I must admit, yesterday was a day when I felt really felt like a sugary burst, and I did have a little chocolate bar, which I thought, oh, I don't really care. Had a chocolate bar, and I even had a handful of my child's chocolate buttons in the evening. I just felt like it. So I'm just going with the flow, to be fair. And long as I don't get completely humongous, I'm just going to enjoy it. I think with all my pregnancies, total weight gain, the first 2 babies I gained about 2 stone, but they were my first babies. And the last few, I think it has been about 2.5 in total. I know with my 4th born, I carried a lot of water. It was the summertime. It wasn't a great pregnancy for me. From about 7 months onwards, I suffered with very bad swollen ankles, swollen joints. I just felt the water I had so much water retention, it was unbelievable. And because I'd been diagnosed with strep B, group strep B, they used to test you for it, and then I had all that on my mind that I had to get some antibiotics into me before the birth, at least 2 hours. I was very, very stressed with my fourth pregnancy, and there was too much hospital intervention for me. They wanted me to have injections to stop the water retention. It was horrible, but that's the time when I think I gained nearer 3 stone. But as I say, as soon as I had him, within like 6 months, I was back to my usual weight, because I go straight back into healthy eating, 3 meals a day, snacking on fruit, seeds, nuts, things like that. I normally get back my mojo straight away, as in like, you know, I'm quite upbeat, ready to get out with the pram. I just like my 2 weeks in cocooning with the baby, getting all the routine sorted. And then on the 3rd week, I am ready to embrace the walks, the healthy diet and things like that. I don't restrict myself when I'm breastfeeding, but I do like healthy eating, as you know. Again, if you go back on my Instagram pages, you'll see all the lovely granolas and all the nice salads and things that I normally do. It's just, I'm completely off that at the moment. You've just got to go with what your heart and your body is wanting, I think, with pregnancy. It's a true blessing that I'm even at this stage. I don't take anything for granted. So if I fancy a salty packet of crisps, I'm not going to go, oh my God, that's so many calories. So I am going with what I want to eat. So Mandy was quite happy with the weight I've put on, even though I was thinking, gosh, I've still got like 8-9 weeks to go. And I'm nearly at the point where at the end. And she was like, no, your bump's a great size. It's progressed really nicely. I'm looking at a measurement of 30 to 32 now, and you're just over 30, so everything seems great. Head was down. I explained to her that my joint pain is I'm not absolutely crippled, that I need a stick or I need to sit down or anything like that. It's just, once I've done a little bit of exercise, like today I've hoovered the house, I really needed to sit forward and try and take gravity forward, because my whole inside thighs really ached and hurt. I also did a grocery shop this morning. So this morning I literally grabbed a coffee from the garage, went and did a grocery shop, got home, had to sit down with a drink and just sort of take it easy for 10 minutes. Then I did the hoovering and some washing, and then I've just sat down to do this vlog. It's because the head is so low, and like I say, where it's my 6th baby, the baby can literally get wherever it wants to be, because it's already been stretched quite a few times before without being too TMI. So it feels almost like it does feel like I cannot shut my legs properly. Not like the head's coming out, I'm in labour. It's just a sensation of I couldn't close my legs really tightly and walk a couple of miles. You know, I have to do that horrible, I hate it as well. I hate it when you see all these people like staggering with their legs apart, holding their back, really milking it. Like, I'm thinking, you're pregnant, people go through it every day, please don't milk it. But to be fair, if you do have what I've got or other women get, you can't help it. I'm sure I was waddling around the supermarket. I couldn't help it. So my friend Kate wanted to meet me today, and we both were so fed up with our own houses, because she's just recovered from COVID. So has her daughter, so has her husband. Obviously, my 10-year-old had COVID same time as me. We had like 3 days all clear, and then my husband got it. So Aaron had it all last week, which was a bloody nightmare, because he was absolutely fine. He just had a stuffy nose and a sore throat, and we do our lateral flows on a Sunday, and his was blazing positive. So he had to have 5 days isolation because he's been double jabbed. He had a negative test on day 3, felt absolutely fine, but couldn't go back to work till day 6. So that was a nightmare. He missed a lot of work, had to put a lot of customers and clients back, which really buggered everything up financially, because he's like, oh God, I was really seeing the wood through the trees, we were getting, and now he's had to sort of, you know, when you get on top of your diary as a gas engineer, it's really great, everything's booming and good. When you get week to 2 weeks behind, especially when the weather's so bloody cold and damp and horrible, people want you yesterday. So he was getting really stressed, and on day 3 he's like, I feel really fine, and my test, you can hardly see a line. I'm like, you can't go to work because it's breaking the law in the UK at the moment. The government restrictions are, You get a positive test, you isolate 5 days if you've been jabbed. If you haven't been jabbed, it's 10 days. It's going to change the end of February, so they say, but at the moment that is the law. So on day 5, his test was negative. He went back to work on day 6. So that was that. But it was a really crappy time for us because I was waddling around the house trying to get the housework done. It was my birthday, so he couldn't go out and get me a card. He had to get a few bits for me online, which he hates doing. And yeah, it was a really stressful time. And Kate and I were like, right, we're fed up with our houses. We've been isolating like for 3 weeks in total. We need to get out and embrace the countryside and a walk. We decided to go to our local village to meet up for a walk. And after I did the grocery shop, I texted her and said, look, I've only been out an hour and a half and I am in agony, as in I'm tired, breathless, and I can feel so much pressure in my bottom and my down below region that I think we're better just do a cup of tea at mine. And she's like, okay, that's fine. So I do feel a bit guilty because it literally is. I've gone from like these lovely like walks that I've been doing pre-conception, been having lots of walks when I've felt really groggy and sick. I've had walks right up until Christmas time, but January hit hard because obviously kids went back to school. We've had numerous bouts of COVID and God knows what. And yeah, it just feels like I've been a cocoon and getting cabin fever for 3 weeks, but I'm just going with what my body needs. And I don't want to be walking around a massive mill pond, and which is a good 3 mile round trip, and there's only one bench situated halfway. I don't want to be walking and then suddenly feel like something's happening untoward, because although my baby's £3 in weight and I'm nearly 32 weeks, it would be way too early to have a baby. My milk's not come in. I wouldn't want a baby born this early. I really wouldn't. Movement's great. I'm feeling her or him move quite a lot. More active at night. Literally from about 7 o'clock onwards, I've got legs up here. Mandy, my midwife, is like, that's why the breathing's getting bad for you. The room is being used up. You've got less room where your lungs are, which is all relevant to when you're having a baby. Nothing to worry about. But yeah, I'm definitely feeling lots of movement. Definitely feeling tired. Definitely feeling breathless, but that's part of the parcel. I don't think that's really anything to do now with COVID. I hope I haven't got anything like long COVID. I feel fit and well, and you know, it took me about a week after my COVID to get back 100%, but I'd say I'm definitely how I was before COVID. I can definitely hoover the house from top to bottom. As long as I get a rest afterwards, I'm fine. Whereas when I had COVID, it was like doing room by room, and oh, it was awful. But yeah, I'm absolutely fine in that way. It's just pregnancy wise, definitely tired, definitely breathless, definitely lots of pressure in my bottom and the lower region, but that's because of the amount of babies I've already had. And I'm getting Braxton Hicks. I've had them now for the last 2 weeks, which means the bump goes all tight and hard, and you can experience a little bit of short pain. But I did go through that with Mandy and said, for the last week to 10 days I've had like Braxton Hicks. She said that's absolutely fine, you expect them anytime from 28 weeks onwards. So yeah, all relevant, I think. It was just really an update to say I'm doing really well, approaching 32 weeks, so happy to be in this place. I really am. Don't know what I'm having, as you know. Going to be a complete surprise. The boys want a boy, the girls want a girl. I'd love a girl because I've got loads of baby clothes, and 3 of each would be a dream come true. I did do the plant-based diet and vegetarian diet that sways a girl. I definitely was on more calcium magnesium diet, but as for... And we did the position, which favours a girl. It was new moon that favours a girl. It was Chinese gender calendar that favours a girl. But as for ovulation, we did it bang on, as you know, and didn't take any chances. And that favours a boy. So who knows? I do not know. And people keep saying, do you know what you're having? I honestly, hand on my heart, don't. I'd say there's something in me that thinks I may have a girl, but I've got it wrong every time. I guessed every single baby wrong. Last time I thought in my head, I hope I have a girl. I'm sure it could be a girl, but I'm not going to hold any too much hope. You know, we've done the Shettles, blah, 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 blah. We're keeping our fingers crossed, but we're happy with anything. And I got blessed with a girl. But I really, honestly don't know what I'm having. I've got Vashti telling my tarots on Thursday. Really looking forward to that because, as you know, I love my tarots. Last time when I had my tarot card reading, she said, I can see your pregnancy going brilliantly, but towards the end you're going to need extra iron. It might be more intervention at hospital. So I'm hoping she can elaborate on that more, because it has happened. I need tablets, but I'm hoping I don't have to go into hospital because I really don't like hospitals. I've got a scan on the 28th of February, a growth scan with the antenatal. I've also got a virtual antenatal appointment, which they're doing for me on the 3rd of March. I've got Mandy again on the 9th of March. And then I've got another scan end of March, and also they do one 2 weeks before the birth because I'm having a home birth to make sure if it's breech we can do something. But at the moment it's baby head down, and I'm hoping he or she stays that way. So yeah, I've done my bottom drawer like little bits and pieces, but I've got to wash it all up again and make sure the drawers all hoovered out again. Moses basket's all wrapped up, ready to go. I'm not bringing any of that down yet. I don't want to jinx anything. I think I'll do that second week of March when the kids go back to school. I think I'll start doing it about 4 weeks before the baby's due, maybe set my pram up, bring it downstairs, show you what the pram's like, and I'll probably put the Moses basket up 2 or 3 weeks before the baby and the change mat, just so it's all ready by 3 weeks before. I think that's fine. And as for buying things, I've bought a couple of gender neutral things, like I've got like 2 or 3 little baby grows from little websites that I found on Instagram, just like which a boy or girl can suit. And I've got a few neutral pairs of little velour-like trousers, but then I've got baby grows that are all white and soft that just need washing up from the previous babies. I'll just be doing white baby grows for the first couple of weeks, and then I can really get excited about buying blue or pink, but nearer the time. I have got a few little girly bits in my drawer from what my other little girl had, and I've got 2 or 3 little blue things from what my boy had. But where I had 3 boys, it was all really tired at the end, so I've literally only got a handful of cardigans, so it'd be really lovely to buy some bits. I did buy a few girly bits from Mothercare when it was closing down, but that was thinking if I don't have a girl, I can hand it on or sell it on eBay, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, all's well and good. So I'm 31 and a bit weeks. I've got 8 to 9 weeks left to go. I've got lots of belly shots for you on Ingrid Ingy Mama Love on my Instagram, and I'll give you a little belly shot now. Look, oh god, there you go. My belly button has popped now. I am I've got no stretch marks, but then my mum didn't have any, and I heard that that's quite genetic anyway. But do you know what I mean? As I'm crouching down, there's so much pressure underneath my vaginal area, all under there. It's really tricky to shut my legs. It just feels like if I'd done a seriously long bike ride and hadn't, like last summer I did a bike ride with my daughter and it was like 5 miles and I'd not been on a bike for like a year. And it really, oh my God, I had such saddle pain. That's how it feels. So I'm not complaining. I'm happy. I'm blessed. I'm excited. Here's to April, and love to all, friendship to all. See you later, guys. Bye.